There's only two good reasons to die in the endless city. Get tired of living, or deserve it.
Won't be late.
Bye, Daddy.
This is Junior, my ex-partner's son. He doesn't know it, but he's about to get one of us killed. Thanks.
I came to visit Dad on the day of clarity. I found him working on your wife's murder case.
Yeah, I heard.
Thanks for coming to the services.
It was a good send-off. So why dig up Melissa's murder after all this time?
Because I'm your new partner.
Not funny.
Dad set it up, gave me his files. Captain sent me over to tell you after I told him what I was working on.
No offense, Junior, but I don't need some fresh turnip poking around sensitive old cases that involve me and your dad.
Melissa. God damn it, you're still my wife.
You'll hear from my lawyer.
Where will you stay?
Maybe Skeezus, maybe my dad. In any case, don't bother calling.
Why are you doing this to me?
I'm not doing anything you haven't already done to yourself.
You can't stay at Skeezus. He's a punk.
Well, at least he's man enough to hold me when I need it.
How would that look?
I don't give a rat's ass. Maybe you should go back to your partner. Better yet, maybe you should go back to the bar.
I invested in that bar so we'd have something to retire on.
You're not gonna live that long, Joe.
Take that back.
Don't come crawling back here.
Go fuck yourself.
I've been detected 3 months ago.
I know, congrats. But tell Captain I said forget it.
He said I get to decide if I work with you. You don't.
That dirty old prick. How do you like me so far?
I don't think you'll be as hard to take as people say.
Yeah, stick around like mold, I'll grow on you.
Dad said it was more like arthritis in the neck.
Yeah, made that clear.
God damn me for having a partner with suicidal tendencies. You damned yourself, now live with it. Stop the goddamn car, let me out of here. Get out now.
He didn't swear much. He must have really pissed him
I
off.
had that effect on people. So what's bothering you, Junior?
There were things on that case that didn't add up for Dad.
They're all dead but me. That's all the adding you need to know.
What about the actress?
Teresa Fields? Miss Blueberry Muffin? Yeah, she was a live one.
Still is. And beautiful. Big time producer now.
Yeah, she had it going. So what had Bob thinking about her?
Just tell me how you remember it. I'm trying to fill in a few blanks. Things that are keeping the dots from connecting.
Well, like all our cases. It started with murder. The day began like any other screwed-up marriage. Joe Average. Morning, Captain. When? Browning on his way? Okay, I'll meet him there. I woke up with a phone call from Captain to find his pissed-off daughter sunning herself by the pool. There was a lot more to it, but things had been falling apart since she lost a kid.
I got 2 stiffs waiting for me. Can we talk about this later, maybe taking a ball game?
I'll think about it, Joe.
I want to work this out.
I'll go to work.
Which proves I didn't shoot her, because I most likely would have strangled her.
Yeah, about your wife.
An old wound. Let's not go there yet.
Dad was trying to connect the dots between the Paris Martel, Walter Dunning missing $1 million, who shot Melissa and her lover skis in the back. I was trying to link him to Teresa Fields.
Forget about it. They don't connect to her. They're just 2 murdered cops. Teresa had nothing to do with any of it.
Well, if Dad never touched that gun, the report stated he never touched that gun, how did the fingerprints get on the weapon that killed Skis and Melissa?
How about target practice?
Couldn't pay him to go.
Are you sure you want to dig into all this?
Look, Dad felt bad about how it ended with you both. So this started as a simple crime of passion then?
As many murders do. So after my little workout in the pool, I drove downtown to meet with your dad and his assistant, Mac Davis. Mac was out combing the neighborhood asking questions, and as usual, your dad was left with the bodies.
What do we got, Browning?
What else, Joe? Murder.
Who is he?
Passport says Blake Johnson.
Her?
Car down the hill had her purse in it. Passport, license. Anna Martel, 22. 2 sets of luggage in the car.
Martel, as in Paris Martel?
I'm afraid so. One of her old man's cars. I pity the poor bastard who killed her.
Well, maybe she pulled the trigger.
No, wasn't fired. Some footprints, though. One set went running off that way. Male, about 180. Size 11s.
Who's the 4th?
Might possibly be our anonymous caller. Female, found the bodies, robbed them, and phoned it in. No cards or money in the wallet.
I love this town.
I'll get back with you after we put them on the slab. Oh, and I'll let you break the news to Paris Martel.
Thank you ever so much. I wasn't thrilled that the bodies were attached to Paris Martel and Walter Dunning. It had nothing good would come of it written all over it.
Anna Martel had a broken neck.
Listen to me! You're the only one for me, and I won't let anyone...
And Blake Johnson took one in the chest.
Anna, I didn't mean to. I'll see you in hell, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it got worse from there. So I met your dad at a halfway point to save my step.
Do you remember a homeless woman being there?
Yeah, digging in the trash. Why?
Just continue. I'll cover it later.
What, is this seat taken? Yeah, there's a gorgeous pigeon sitting right there.
Speaking of pigeons, take a look.
Ooh, not bad. You casting a movie?
Yeah, it's all about 2 dead lovers in the field of dreams.
So how does it end?
I don't know, but it's got some colorful characters.
Give me a hint.
Well, for starters, that is Mrs. Blake Johnson, a.k.a. Teresa Fields.
So?
So, the Teresa Fields, Miss Wholesome, Miss $1 Million Huckster.
Okay.
Johnson slapped a restraining order on her just to keep her away from his place.
Now that's a twist.
I thought you might like to ask her a few questions.
I do. And not just about dead husbands.
Both her and Johnson are from outside Houston. Been separated 5 years. He's a freelance trucker, doesn't own a rig.
So who does he freelance for?
So ask his wife. Oh, this will make your day. Miss Martel was engaged to a one Tonio Mandillo. Paris Martel's dock foreman.
Shit. I'm not in the mood for this today.
Just be there at the parade. Do you hear me? But I made a call to one of my snitches I had an arm on anyways and located Paris Martel. Turns out Paris and his son Ricky were at one of his produce marts downtown, and they had Tonio.
Where's the money?
It's in a safe place.
As you can see in his report from the lack of bruises on Anna's neck, Bob had a feeling that Tonio was still in love with Paris's daughter.
Anna, you're mine. Listen, Anna. Anna, I love you.
Anna, I didn't mean to. Anna.
But it appeared that Anna was running off with one of Walter Dunning's drivers, Blake Johnson. So Bob had a feeling Tonio may have broke her neck by accident and want to cut a deal with Paris. We weren't sure for what. At the time, we didn't know there was money involved. As it turned out, I had to force a snotty sales clerk to admit that Paris was out back in the alley, disciplining a driver. From the looks of things, Paris wasn't taking any deals.
Put a price on it! Alive! Yeah, he got away.
I want my $1 million, Paris.
You'll get your money, Walter. Don't make threats you can't keep.
Still beating your employees, Paris?
This wasn't my first dance with Paris Martel and his son, Rick. I had put a couple of Walter Dunning's drivers away who were delivering produce to Paris from across the border 3 years ago. And according to my snitch, who was delivering locally for Paris, both of them were now back playing heavies for Walter.
You clear out of this. This is a family. You see him. You give me a call. You hear me?
This is the snitch who died under the bridge?
He had a little junk problem. Was friendly with Tonio. I hope to use that to put him on Paris and his son.
So why did Tonio kill him?
There were a lot of things about this case that didn't make any sense. I guess Tonio just turned out to be more heartbroken than we anticipated. Of course, my snitch didn't show up with all the cops around the parade. But unfortunate for the poor sap, I knew how to find him.
There it is.
He hid the real story from you kids. But Bob knew that Melissa and I weren't getting along for some time. It wasn't easy to hide. What he didn't know is that she walked into my bar one night and I ended up knocking her up on my desk. And the captain made sure I didn't walk away. So I ended up buying a house and playing a husband to a wife who didn't love me. By the time she lost a kid, she was already seeing skis, and we both knew it was over. Look, I admit I didn't cry when someone gunned her and skis down. At least not as much as I did when the bank came and took the house. Didn't mean I killed her. Anyway, I caught up with my snitch's connection under the bridge and convinced him to cut me in on the deal. And I thought I was waiting alone when my snitch showed up.
For your connection, he's not here.
I need a favor.
Yeah, you always do.
Tonio alive.
Everybody wants it.
Tonio was a rough character, and I wasn't sure why he didn't just take me out.
Don't make me a cop killer.
Didn't agree with what he was doing, but I understood well enough to want to take him alive. The press never understood. But he left me alive for a reason. And it was my job to find out why. But when I rounded the corner and found him waiting for me, I should have stopped right there. Thinking in the big picture that if we could take him alive, we could turn him on Paris and Martel. It didn't take long to figure out how wrong we were. Sometimes a case doesn't go as planned, with money, murder, and love. We have an uncomfortable situation here.
What's your name, Bob?
Joe Average. I'm here, and I'm listening. Tell me your side of the story.
All I wanted was my life back.
Wherever you go, however long it takes, Blake, I'll find you, and I'll kill you. Then I'll take Anna back.
Yeah, I know. That's why I have to kill you.
Blake, don't!
Anna!
Please! You saw yourself. Listen! Listen to me!
But now you're just killing. Put down the gun and let's go. I don't know what I was thinking. Coming home early and finding Melissa in bed with skis? Maybe I should have taken Tonio out. But at this point, I wasn't aiming for anything other than to slow him down. And just like that, he was gone. I was okay as long as I could see him. But not knowing where he was, I didn't like that one bit.
You're not very good at this game, are you, Joe? Get it over with. Promise me one thing. Make sure I'm dead.
One way or the other. He wasn't going to hell alone.
People that would be better off gone.
Some of those people made bad choices.
Like the two on the street.
Hey, motherfucker, what you got in that bag?
$1 million.
Yeah, my mother's rock thief fella.
Oh, really, man? Take it. It's yours. Yeah, right. Guess what, asshole? We're picking door number 2. Your ass is worth 10 grand.
According to a lawsuit by the Martel and Denning family, you had Tonio execute those you wanted off the street.
Not all of them were shot by Tonio. By the time I caught up with Bob, he was already with a couple of those bad choices. Anyone we know, Brownie?
Local boy. Shot while lying here. Stabbed and beat up.
Motherfucker!
Let him go, or I'll bash your head in. Oh, shit. Crazy fucker. Fuck you, you bastard. No!
Anybody see anything?
No one's come forward.
Word on the street, Paris posted 10 grand to bring him in alive.
Alive?
Yeah, that's what I said. These guys probably tried to collect.
I'll run ballistics and see if I can match these up with the two this morning.
There's another one waiting for you when you get back. One of my snitches.
Any word on Teresa Field?
I made an appointment with her agent,
Joe, watch your step.
I'm not worried about Martell.
I met with the actress.
I'll carry my gun.
So I drove home to wash Tonio's foot out of my face and found my wife's car still in the driveway. I wasn't sure what to expect. As far as I knew, she was supposed to be with skis in their patrol car.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm moving out.
What are you talking about?
Which part of the sentence didn't you understand, Joe?
I thought we were talking this out and going to a ball game.
It was never we. You don't love me. I'm out of here.
Melissa, we're cops. You know what that does to us.
Yeah, it makes some of us assholes.
You had the affair, not me.
Well, if you would have fucked me once in a while, maybe I wouldn't have.
Is this what it's all about, sex?
It's about being human beings. It's about being partners. It's about being a husband. Something that you know nothing about.
Well, no one's perfect.
That you do know about.
It's complicated.
This place serve food?
Yeah, occasional knuckle sandwich to keep it running smooth.
So Tonio was on the loose then.
So I went to see the actress, Blake Johnson's wife, Teresa Fields.
So you tried to tie Blake to Martell and Denning then, right?
Bob had some assumptions from what he found at the crime scene. And as I expected, she was thrilled to meet me.
Detective Joe Average? Homicide? Look, it's hot. Do you mind stopping?
Look, cop, don't get tough with me.
Who was Blake driving for?
He mentioned a Walter Dunning once.
That's better.
Look, Blake was a son of a bitch and a loser. If you don't mind, I'd
He
really...
was about to run off with another woman.
He was always running off with something, and usually it was his mouth.
Look, if you're hiding something, your life could be in danger.
Miss Fields verified what Bob and I needed to know. That Blake Johnson was driving produce across the border for Walter Dunning and probably delivering him to Paris Martell. So I stopped by Walter Dunning's yard to see if I could trip him up in a few lies and visit with a couple of his employees who I knew would be overjoyed to see me again.
That's far enough right there, Average. And don't get tough.
What? You in a good shirt?
What do you want?
Talk with Walter.
What about?
About how I had to push my way through some smart-ass punk so I could talk with him.
You know, one of these days, we're gonna meet in a dark alley, Average. And we'll see who is the punk.
What's the matter, Billy? Your ass still sore from the pen?
Fuck you!
I felt a lift to Billy's face would make him feel like a bigger man.
Nice chatting with you, Billy.
I put Billy Reese and his buddy Eddie Black away for a few months the last time I had to shake down Walter Dunning. Neither one of them had driver's license and were most likely hanging around the neighborhood lowering the general IQ. I wasn't expecting Dunning to enlighten my day either, but I climbed the stairs anyways.
Wait a minute. I got a dick at my doorstep. What?
Hang up the phone.
I'll call you back, babe. So talk.
Blake Johnson.
Listen, if you come here to pin anything on my boys again, Average, forget it. Johnson was a sweetheart of a driver, and I'm sorry as hell the fucker's gone.
When did he work for you last?
Shit, I don't know. Night before last, he delivered a truckload of kale.
2?
I'd have to look it up. Look, I got over 20 fucking trucks here.
Maybe you prefer we bring in a few good men and go over your shipping report.
Of course. What was I thinking of? Tuesday night, Martel Produce.
Do you have any idea where Tony Amadeo is?
If I do, a cop will be the first thing I call.
I ran across Billy Reese outside. When did you start hanging out with convicts?
When you started arresting my employees. I trust you didn't hurt him.
Don't make me scrape your body off the floor, Walter.
Don't worry. Yeah, it's me. Joe Average just paid us a visit. It won't take him long to put two and two together and turn Tonio against us. You better, you prick. Settle down this, cocksucker. I want my $1 million fucking dollars, Paris. I'm sitting up here with my ass hanging out while this motherfucker's trying to kill me. Jesus, not here. What if Tonio decides to smoke us both out? Yeah, I know where that is. I'll change. I'll meet you there in 20 minutes.
So at this point, you didn't know it was the $1 million Dunning and Martel wanted back, and not just revenge.
Right. All we could tell is they wanted Tony alive.
There was blood from a second person from the skirmish in the alley. But they only found one body, beaten up and shot, missing a finger.
A message, perhaps.
Give this to Martel and Dunning. Tell them I got the money, and I'm on my way.
My finger!
He won't need it.
It's one that wasn't delivered as far as we know.
Did the second guy end up with the money?
Not sure. As you know, my ex, Melissa, and Skees were assigned to the case. Whoever did him took Skees' notes and wallet and Melissa's handbag. It looked like a robbery gone bad.
That's some of the dots Dad was trying to connect. The blood samples from that body went missing, and the finger was never recovered.
Yeah? So?
So Dad was thinking the missing $1 million was behind those shots Skees and Melissa took in the back with your gun.
Yes. But there wasn't anything in Melissa's dailies that led us to believe they were getting any closer to finding it.
Unless they were hiding something.
Melissa was a lot of things, but she wasn't a dirty cop.
Take a closer look at this.
Okay, so there's a page unfinished.
Which got Dad thinking it was an inside job. She got interrupted. Didn't finish the report? What was she trying to write? Who knew she was working on it at that very moment?
Bob and I discussed this at length. We figure Skees came in and they went out. It was at the end of their shift.
You're not buying that. I know you're not. Did you see them leave together?
Yeah, I saw.
And it pissed you off. Don't lie. Did you see her report?
Yeah, of course. It was on her desk. Look.
I'm not accusing you of tampering with it or killing them.
Good. Then I won't have to punch you in the face.
What I'm saying is she could have gotten interrupted by something important, and she took Skees with her. Maybe a tip to get them out in the open.
All I know is that I took hell for leaving a loaded gun in my car's unlocked glove box.
Yeah, in your Corsa with Dad's fingerprints on it.
Don't be a smartass, Junior.
You were seeing Teresa. Were you with her sometime that day?
Yeah, we grabbed a bite to eat.
So where you off to?
A certain gorgeous pigeon gave me a call.
Well, you better be careful.
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, by the way, I can't make the game tonight.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, Joe. No can do. My kids would like to know who their father is.
Okay.
I missed that car. Teresa, a little bit. The wife, not so much.
So, these two in the alley, the one missing a finger.
The body in the alley, Jake Dash, was Dunning's guy. As you know, we never ID'd the second guy. But the tire tracks next to the dumpster did match Tonio's car. We never did find any money. Mac Davis, your dad's guy, the first cop there, verified that.
Tonya, how's it hanging?
Right where you left it.
Chill, homeboy. Time for a drive.
So, you guys got guns? We don't need no guns. We just want to talk. Okay.
Come on!
You guys should have brought guns. Where's Martel and Dunning hiding?
King Warehouse, waiting for you. You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! You son of a...
This cop, Mac Davis. His file was at my dad's house.
I know. I gave it to him. Shot 3 times with his own gun while off duty by a homeless woman breaking into his car. He never came back.
Dad pegged Davis for the money, but he couldn't make it stick. He traveled to see him 3 times.
I heard. We looked into him. He didn't have anywhere to hide $1 million unless he stuck it up his ass.
I think he was onto something with him, though.
Didn't leave a penny to anyone after he went.
Still, Dad didn't think he was clean. Take a look. Whoever had access to what Melissa and Skis was working on, you, Dad, and Mac Davis did.
Yeah, he had clearance to the evidence in all our cases. We knew that. He filed most of them.
Dad was having problems with the homeless woman, the car break-in, and the shooting. It just wasn't clean enough for him.
Look, this is a dead case, Junior. Don't let it do to you what it did to your dad.
It wasn't dead according to Dad's notes. He was getting close. Just a couple of dots missing. Something he didn't see. Something he didn't know kept him from putting things together.
The deeper your dad dug into Blake Johnson, the raunchier things started to smell. Apparently things got tough, so he gave up his acting career to support Teresa's and got in bed with Walter.
Patch me into 4023. Joe Browning, get this. Blake made 2 calls to Teresa's number yesterday.
I talked to Walter Dunning. Blake delivered a load of kale to Martell's last night.
Things are getting interesting. What about Eddie and Billy?
I know where to find them. How about lunch?
I'll see you in 10. And that's not all. What?
Nothing. Go on.
Blake's got 2 tickets to Maui waiting for him under the name of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
How original. So first he called and left a message on her machine. And then he called Teresa back and talked to someone for almost 10 minutes.
Could have been the maid.
Yeah, it could have been Santa Claus, but I doubt it. So Miss Fields did talk to her husband the night before he was murdered. About what?
What do husband and wives always talk about?
Money and restraining orders?
I'll buy that.
But why are they still married?
She's rich and famous.
She is now.
Meaning?
Meaning who and what was she before?
Are you saying maybe Blake has something on her?
Had.
What?
I don't know. But if the world finds out, I bet the advertisers won't be so willing to pay Miss Fields so much money to hawk their wares.
Mrs. Fields? No. She's as refreshing as a blueberry muffin.
Trust me.
Television won't ever seem the same.
Look, do me a favor. Get a court order and pull Johnson's banking records. See who's been paying him what on a monthly basis.
You mean alimony?
Something like that. If we're right, I think Teresa may want to cut us a deal.
For
whatever Blake had on her. Books, photos.
Oh. You mind if I finish my lunch?
By all means.
You gonna eat that pizza?
Nah, take it.
So I gave Blake Johnson's property manager a call so I could get into the apartment. He said he was keeping things locked up until Blake caught up with the rent. I told the little prick that I'd run all his tenants through the system if he didn't leave the door open for me. Whatever Blake had on Teresa probably wouldn't make any difference in today's world, with everyone having their personal lives on their smartphones. Creeps are hacking these phones all the time, and the next thing you know, you got 1 billion perv followers. Hell, now celebrities walk that attention to the bank, cash $20 million movie checks, and have their own clothing line.
Just buzz the door.
But the endless city wasn't so dark back then. You get caught dancing in the moonlight for the wrong reason, your star would go out overnight. I didn't know what I was looking for, but it wasn't hard to find. It was sitting right there on the entertainment center. It was a porn tape and a Dear John from Blake to Teresa. It was a so long forever. But little did Blake know that for him, forever meant dead.
Wait, I went through the evidence boxes and the case files, and I didn't find anything written about a porno tape.
Yeah, I know.
And I definitely didn't find anything that Miss Blueberry Muffin starred in.
Your father never saw it either. I traded it for more relevant information and kept her out of it. That's why I'm bringing it up now.
It's missing evidence. A dot Dad didn't have.
The tape had nothing to do with the case from my angle. Still doesn't.
I was only 18. I didn't know any better.
Just a horny little girl who had no idea you're ever gonna be famous.
Fuck you, all right? We needed the money. And an agent found me and I destroyed what I thought was the only copy.
Only Blake duped it in case you got smart and dumped him.
That's right. Give it to me.
On your knees, cop.
Don't try anything stupid.
It's too late for that. I'm already a dead man, and I'm taking everybody with me.
What about the rent?
Got your rent. Right here.
Surprise, by the time I disposed of the tape and got back to my car, I had a flat tire and punk company. My guess is that Walter sent Billy and Eddie to slow me down. Only they decided to stick around and get cute.
Hey, look! If it ain't Detective Joe Blow Average.
What's the matter, Ossifer? Poor baby got a flat.
You punks having a good time?
Oh, we're just out taking a stroll, looking for new digs. And a little action.
Yeah, now that we're out of the joint, no thanks to you.
So here we are in a lonesome alley after all.
Yeah, just me and you.
And Monkey Face.
Hey, I just come by to give you a hand. Yeah, a couple of them.
Come here, come here.
You're gonna change your fucking tire. I ain't changing your fucking tire, you know? How about you?
Come on. Change the tire.
Why don't you fucking shoot?
He may not be alone.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, finish up.
Fuck you, asshole.
Ah, shit.
What about him?
Let him go.
Hey, man. My life's in danger here. Hey, you gotta take me in. Okay. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
He tried to kill you, Joe.
I'm not wasting the public's money on this punk again.
Get the cuffs.
Okay. I know where Martel and Dunning are hiding out. They're waiting for Tonio.
Where?
No. I want protection.
Okay.
Thank you. King's Warehouse off Figueroa and the 5.
Thank you. Now hit the road.
Hey, arrest me, motherfucker.
Joe, you can't do that.
I'm an endangered species, man. Hey, you can't let him put me out on the street without protection. Are you fucking nuts?
Always wear your raincoat. Now beat it.
You really let him go. What the hell did you do that for?
Beat. Come on, get in.
So if Tonio's got the money, why doesn't he just run?
I don't think he wants to live.
Then why grab Teresa?
Buying time from us? Getting even with Blake? I don't know.
You think he's gonna kill her?
What's he got to lose?
I don't like this.
Where are those guys?
Shut up!
God.
Your wine is driving me nuts!
Listen, if your daughter wasn't such a slut, we wouldn't be in this mess to begin.
Someone's out back.
Hello, Eddie.
Give him back his gun.
Shit, Tonio. Hey, man, I'm unarmed.
Keep climbing.
Thanks, Tonio. Hey, for a minute there, man, I thought you wasted me.
I am.
We gotta let him in!
Oh, Jesus!
You open that door, the next scream will be yours. Anybody see Tonya?
Nothing!
Shit! God damn.
All right, let's backtrack. The cop who was working with Dad,
Okay.
who put the cuffs on Eddie, Mac Davis, was the same cop who found the body missing a finger in the alley. It sticks out like a purple thumb.
Yeah, I told you. Your dad and I covered it. It led nowhere.
But this whole thing tarnished my dad's career. So he couldn't let Davis go. Now I can't let it go.
Not buying it, Junior, and your dad knew damn well how I felt about it.
Yeah, but what was Davis doing in the alley first?
A call came in about screaming.
A call. All right, who made that call?
Anonymous.
That's 2 calls in one day on one case. How many times does that happen?
You got me there. Did Bob have an idea?
That's just it. He couldn't connect the dots. But listen to this. You said Tonio didn't want to be a cop killer. Could the second person in the alley have been a cop?
Davis living a double life.
Tonio, how's it hanging?
Come on, the guy was a fruit fly.
It's time for a drive.
He never made a sound. I don't see it.
Did Davis know you kept a loaded gun in your glove box?
Oh, Christ, I don't know. It wasn't a big secret.
Well, think about it.
Look, your father's fingerprints were on that gun in my glove box because he saved my life with it.
He shot someone?
Killed Rick Martel at the warehouse.
What the hell? The report said you did.
God damn it, Junior. I never wanted you to know this. I knew Bob wouldn't want you kids knowing he killed someone again. Not after what happened last time. It didn't matter who killed Rick Martel. He was dead either way. So I left it out of the report. Once I created that lie, he was stuck with it.
Fuck, Joe. First the unreported porno tape, then you date a witness. Now I find out my dad killed someone with your gun and you covered it up? Those are 3 very important dots not used in this case.
Good, you understand how murky this gets. Why I want to leave it alone. Why I want you to leave it alone.
Look, I'm not trying to bust your chops, but it's starting to make sense.
How so?
If Davis didn't know my dad killed a man with your spare gun, the one in the glove box, he wouldn't know both your fingerprints would be on it.
Come on, Junior. Unless Davis was working for Paris or Dunning, why would he want to frame me?
Who are both conveniently dead.
Davis set me up for a double murder. I don't care if your father saw it that way. It's a stretch.
And dragged my dad into it, too. Yes, it doesn't make sense. Why would he if he didn't have the money? That's why my dad couldn't let it go. There was $1 million out there. If he didn't have it, why would Davis kill the 2 cops investigating it unless it tied back to him somehow?
As far as we know, a homeless person found that $1 million in a dumpster.
Seriously, Joe, what else aren't you telling?
I made Bob take that gun.
I left you ordering a pizza, Bob. Don't.
We've got to call in for backup, Joe.
I want to go in quietly.
Are you crazy? You can't go in by yourself.
I'm not.
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm a desk man these days, remember?
You're here and I need your help.
I don't have a gun.
There's one in the glove box.
I can't, Joe.
He had a gun on you, Bob.
He was just a kid.
It was either you or him, and you made your decision. Now live with it.
I have. I do the legwork, I push the pencils.
We call in backup. Catherine's gonna call Mitch and Skeeves. Teresa won't stand a chance. Tonio doesn't know we're coming, and that's the way we gotta play it.
God damn me for having a partner with suicidal tendencies.
You damned yourself.
Fuck you! Stop the goddamn car. Let me out of here.
Get out.
Why do you always have to be a prick about everything?
It's the bright part of my personality. Shut the door. Take the gun.
No. Report said backup was called.
God damn it. I didn't want Skis and Mitch to come in behind us and get us all killed. So I had Bob wait to make that call until after I got inside.
By then, Dad had your spare gun.
No, not yet.
And I'm calling backup just as soon as we get there.
If you get a shot at Tony, we'll take him down.
Maybe we should wait for backup.
Teresa could be dead by then.
It's been a long time, Joe.
Bob, just aim and pull the trigger.
He just tossed out the briefcase.
Is $1 million worth dying for?
I just want my money and the fuck out of here.
Why would he let you live? I don't have anything to do with this shit, Tonyo! You know that! I just want my fucking money! I'm coming out! There it is!
I fucking made it!
One cool fucking million thumbs up for my little million.
Does anybody see him?
He just slipped inside.
Check it out.
Jack? You see anything over there? You see anything over there? Jack! Jack! Ricky? I don't see anyone.
I found Eddie's body and a door pried open. My guess Tony was already inside. I wasn't sure if he had Teresa with him or not, so I had Bob find his car and see if she was in the trunk before coming in. I know what the press said about me allowing Tonio to live to kill the others. Maybe they were right, but my plan was simple. If she was inside, I'd find her and get her out. If not, I'd let the others fend for themselves for the way they treated him and the beating they gave him. And that's what almost happened.
That's enough! That's enough! Don't kill him until he talks.
Let me get him once for Anna.
Shoot that fucker again, baby.
Welcome home, Tony.
see you, Tonio. I saw you first.
Antonio, it's me, Steve. Hey, I know we messed you up at the warehouse, but you killed the boss's daughter. Hey, I got a wife and a kid. Good, I know, Tatiana. You psycho fuck.
Don't kill me, Tonio.
Don't worry, Rick. I'm saving you for later.
We're getting out of here.
Hello, boss. Karl again.
You're gonna kill me while you can, you bastard.
Oh, no.
I didn't warn you. Go ahead. They'll lock your ass away from life. So that's the way it's gonna be.
I forgive you, Tonio.
If life could be that easy.
Thanks.
Rick! Answer me, boy!
He's dead.
No!
It's over, Paris.
Put down your gun, put your hands on your head.
Wow. Dad kept that in all this time. And you didn't kill any of them?
No, I didn't. And I really screwed my friend up good. I am what everybody says I am. I'm sorry.
Thanks. It doesn't make it any better.
I know. But your mom and dad nearly came on hinge after he shot that kid. I didn't want to take the chance.
So, Teresa knew you didn't kill Ricky.
I'll take her home.
Please get me out of here.
We were keeping her out of the press the best we could. That's all she cared about.
An Endless City star cover-up, huh?
It wasn't like that.
Then how was it, Joe?
What'd you find up at Blake's?
Nothing.
Nothing? So you destroyed whatever it wasn't?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That good, huh?
Good enough to explain the restraining order.
Just drive.
Okay. I'm not perfect. Apparently we all know that. I took the porn tape out of the picture so Teresa wouldn't be in the news. And the media let the death of her husband go because dead nobodies don't sell ads. We know you've been paying Blake money every month.
So?
We also know he called you twice the night before he died.
Big deal, I forgot.
Look, I'll destroy this tape right here if you tell me what you talked about.
Look, I had nothing to do with this. He said he was ripping him off for $1 million.
Well, whose money was it?
Walter's. Blake was running coke across the border in Walter's trucks, and he was delivering it to a Paris Martel. And Blake would then deliver the money back to Walter. That's all he told me.
Why didn't you just come right over here and get the tape?
Somebody's been following me.
Who?
Me. On your knees, cop.
You tainted this fucking case by doing so.
Okay, maybe I did. You here to bust my balls about it?
Just tell me how it ended.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Browning, how'd it go?
Oh, they didn't find a thing.
No money, no coke?
Nada.
Well, someone's got it.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
No problem.
I just, I wanted to, yesterday I just didn't get the chance to say thank you.
It's just part of the job.
And I wanted to apologize for the way I spoke to you and to give you something.
What?
And of course, the money never showed up.
Apparently Bob was still looking for it.
He saw Teresa for a while.
Until the shooting.
Yes.
She didn't want to be linked to a double cop killing once it hit the press.
Her husband gets murdered, then your wife. I get it. Take a look at this. Dad was losing it. But I'm starting to see what he's working on.
I don't get it.
It's the dots Dad couldn't put together.
Teresa Field ended up with all the money?
Put nearly $1 million into her film company, listed as silent investor funds, untraceable, from an offshore account. Her silent business partner was that missing $1 million.
But she had the insurance money on Blake Johnson.
That hadn't paid off yet.
That's a big stretch. Why didn't you just tell me this?
I didn't want to taint your memory on things.
Maybe you're hungry and you want that knuckle sandwich.
Hear me out. Dad mentioned twice in his notes that a homeless woman was nearby your meetings. I checked security footage and found this.
I've seen this. This is the same woman who was at the park when I met with Bob just a few blocks away. Davis didn't put the finger on this person.
Right. Why would he if he was in on it? All she would do is tell them that she took the money from him.
Davis was working with this street person.
No, he was shot by Teresa Fields.
Come on, Junior. Teresa Fields was spying on us?
Dressed as that homeless woman.
Are you nuts?
Look at her resume. Play for Today, Edna, the inebriate woman.
Come on, let's go!
She played a homeless woman just months before the murder.
Brilliant but crazy, Junior.
It was a long time ago, but try to see it my way.
Joe, watch. Be careful with the actress.
Oh, wow.
She followed you there. Tonya wasn't following her. He was following you. She got in between you.
But why let me see the tape?
She's an actress. Played you. You made her an innocent victim in case she needed an out. And it worked. You let her walk and kept her name out of the press by destroying it.
Are you thinking that Teresa orchestrated Johnson taking the money from Paris and Dunning?
If she did, I think Johnson double-crossed her by bringing in Paris's daughter.
Okay.
So she may have tipped Tonio to have him kill Johnson.
I'm sorry, Tonio, but I'm taking Anna and the money far away from you and the family. So please, just hand it over.
I'm not seeing those dots.
You said she could handle a gun.
Actually, no, the lighting was a little dark.
Give it to me.
You get a permit for that?
What, I walked into my murdered husband's apartment, I found an intruder? How was I supposed to know you were a cop?
Better think it over.
I have thought it over for 10 years. Now give me the tape.
Shit. Just a horny little girl who would have killed me if I didn't play along.
Maybe, if Tonio hadn't walked in. How do you think Teresa knew so much? And why do you think Johnson told her what he was up to? Why didn't he just leave with the money and the girl?
She said he was a bragger. Had a big mouth, always talking big.
What about Anna Martell?
I don't know, maybe he loved her. He always had a thing for those young girls.
So he called you last night to let you off the hook?
Yeah. Now, Blake was always bragging. Mr. Big Shot.
Sure she did. Made you feel bad for her, too.
Yeah, she played me. Sucked me in with that porn tape. Then fucked my brains out. What a dummy.
It's what Dad wasn't seeing. In Teresa's mind, Johnson wasn't supposed to run off with Paris Martell's daughter.
Yeah.
It's why they were still married. She still loved him and wouldn't let him go. He's the one with the restraining order, not her. She was holding on to him with her money.
I called your agent. He told me where to find you.
Look, this is about Blake. I have nothing to say.
When was the last time you spoke with him?
Months ago.
Why did he have a restraining order on you?
Because there was a time in our relationship I would have killed him myself.
Did you?
So Teresa had Tonio kill Blake for finally trying to leave her.
Yes, remember there was life insurance. 250 grand she had out on him. They were still married.
She got money either way, but $1 million was even better.
Yes, what if she followed Tonio and knew that he failed to give it back for his life?
I came to you for forgiveness. Tell Walter my life for the money.
You killed my daughter. How am I gonna let you live?
Then we all die.
So she figured I'd lead her to it.
Probably even suggested the running track.
I offered to meet her at her agent's office.
Not secluded enough in case the meeting went south.
Right. Once she saw who I was, saw what I was driving, she put a tail on me.
I don't scare easily, cop.
Until Tonio grabbed her up.
Stop looking for me. She goes first. Got it?
I got it.
Joe!
I don't see the win there.
Why would he hurt her? They were both supposedly broken-hearted, the victims of cheating hearts.
Would Tonio know that it was Teresa that tipped him off about Johnson and Anna?
She'd tell him if he didn't. The bigger question would be...
Did Tonio tell Teresa what he did with the money?
No, it's not. The biggest question is, did she know that Mac Davis beat her to the money? That's where Dad lost the trail. It wasn't in Tonio's car when he searched at the warehouse. Dad couldn't place where Tonio put the money or when.
Unless it was in the trash can near the body missing a finger in the alley.
So did Davis and Pillar, the dead guy in the alley, try to collect on Martell's 10 grand? And Davis survived the beating only to take the $1 million.
Okay, I'm following you now. Teresa used a disguise to get info without anyone seeing her.
That's why I think it was Teresa who called in the body in the alley. She was our anonymous caller. If she wasn't ending up with the money, Davis wasn't either.
So Davis covered his tracks by destroying the blood of the second person in the alley.
Right, his own blood. He waited as long as he could with you and Dad breathing down his neck, and when he made a move to run, as Teresa had hoped, she took the money from him, dressed as that homeless person. In case anyone saw her shooting him. Davis probably didn't even know it was Teresa.
We may never know.
Or he met with her to cut a deal. Regardless, he said a homeless woman shot him 3 times when he stopped to pick up smokes.
He may have just been hiding the money and not leaving for good.
It looked like Teresa was about to get away with it, but Melissa and Skees must have questioned her about it at one point.
A tip from Davis about Teresa when Melissa was doing her report, or a tip from Teresa about Davis.
Well, it got them out in the open, right? But if they questioned her more than once, she might not have liked them putting the dots together and remembered the gun in your car.
Drove her from the warehouse to the station, and then later to her home. She was in the Corvair several times after that.
She did see you put the gun that killed Rick Martell in your glove box, right?
And saw it once when I got a pair of gloves for her.
And she was the only one who knew Dad had saved you both with it.
And that both our fingerprints would be on it.
You said yourself she knew how to handle a gun.
Give me your gun. I'm gonna kill this prick.
I don't have one.
Did you park your car in her garage?
Under a canopy next to her house.
She got the gun, waited a couple days, and used it to kill your ex and her boyfriend when it looked like they may be onto her.
And used the fear of bad press not to see me again. So I let her walk away. Son of a bitch.
Being seen with a cop who murders his ex-wife for going after his home isn't really good for young starlets.
I even understood, like the good sucker I was.
I wasn't sure of it before, but I'm convinced now. Teresa Fields is a double cop killer. She took that $1 million to start her own production company.
Attempted to murder a third. Framed 2 others. Isn't that slim?
Thought you might want to see her one more time.
I do, partner. Not just to ask about dead husbands and wives.
So how is your mom?
He's all right.
You should come visit.
You should bring her here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Joe, look out!
Did you get her?
This blueberry muffin?
Yeah. I got her.
Time heals all wounds in the Endless City, unless they kill you.